The recording up. I'm going to work on the live, so you guys will get an annoying got it message again in just a bit. But DJ, take it away.
Good morning, everybody. I just got to say that Chris is my hero. I can't believe she's out there walking in this weather. I have to go to the gym to walk because I refuse to walk in this weather. Good job.
Love you, DJ.
Okay. For those of you that were here last week, can I get some feedback whether you had any results, any successes, any problems with the first 1/4 of this book and all of the things we went over last week? Anybody have any comments? Did anybody try anything? Okay. Here's the book. You guys go onto Amazon. It's $9.95 or $9.99. Buy this book. It is this deep, this wide. It's really, really skinny. It doesn't take long to read it. And it's a great reference book for you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go on to chapter 2. And this is professionals, asking professionals to be part of your team. So let's start with, and I'm going to just go through this, and please, please, please come off mute, jump in anytime you want to, and talk about, oh, somebody did door knocking, good job. And share anything you want to share, because this is an open format, you guys. I'm not here to preach at you. This is just information. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. If you had results, please share with us, because why would you let somebody else go out and do something that didn't work if you know it doesn't? And if you've had really good results, why would you not share and let somebody else take advantage of that and not have to go through, this and this and this before they find something that works? So number 42 in our major, fabulous book is mortgage companies. And then we have title companies and inspectors and appraisers. So you're going to say to me, well, they work with lots of realtors. Why should they give me referrals? So I need you to think about that. If that's how you feel, I need you to think about that. Why would they refer to you? I can't tell you why they would refer to you. Only you know why they would refer to you. So spend some time, write down, why would any of these professionals refer to you? You're referring to them all the time, right? But then so is every other agent they're working with. Now I'm going to give you some inside information. Most mortgage lenders, mortgage brokers, whatever you want to call them, have about minimum of 2, maximum of 8 agents that they work with. They don't have a whole stable of hundreds or even tens of agents that they work with. All the time I hear as a broker, I need more agents to work with. I need more agents to work with. So it's not like you're competing with hundreds and hundreds of people for that business, for those referrals. And a good lender will tell you that they get calls from people that say, I got your name from somebody and I'd like to know if I could get a loan. I want to know if I could qualify to buy a house and how much I could qualify for. People are smarter these days, you guys. They go online, they ask these questions. They want to know. They're not depending on you to have all of that information. So if a lender has somebody that calls and says that, and you're not talking with them and saying, I know a great realtor. Do you have a realtor? I know a great realtor. They may even say, I know a couple of realtors. Would you like their names? But if you don't ask, you don't get. So take a look at the mortgage brokers that you're working with. And if they aren't open to referring you and to helping you build your business, get another one. There's lots of them out there. Okay. Anybody, any comments on that? Come on, you guys. Does anybody have a comment on that? On working with your affiliates?
My lenders have sent me deals before, and we're still actively working them. We haven't closed anything yet, but 2 separate lenders have. And what I really like about working with them in particular is that they're nurturers right now, but they're also doing a very good job to our standards of the follow-up and of building up that relationship. So even though they're nurtures, I haven't closed any, that's my experience. Even though they're still nurtures, I'm happy with those, because it's not just like a, hey, respectfully, take this and just tell me when they're ready. They're still in there and they're updating me like, hey, I checked in, they're good. I'm like, okay. I talked to them a month ago, but I guess they're good. Sounds awesome. I was
And
going to ask though, title people, is that on the list or is that, oh, awesome. Then I will wait for that.
no, that was a combination of
Okay.
there's title companies, inspectors, and appraisers.
Then
So
title companies, I've actually also received agent referrals from title companies saying, hey, I think I really know this agent. She's really sweet. I can tell she's hungry and she wants to learn, but I just don't think she's at the right fit for her brokerage right now. Can you give her a call? Do you mind talking to her? Do you mind at least answering some of her questions? I received those too.
and you know what? Because I was a title rep in Phoenix for a while, agents would come to me and ask me, I really am unhappy where I am and I need to make a change. Who would you suggest that I talk to? So if you aren't asking those people, those title people, to get, that you for referrals for agents, you're missing out on that as well. So you're absolutely right, Tiff. That's if you're building a team or you want to recruit, build relationships. And when we talk about building relationships, you guys, that means you have a part of that too. Whenever I talk to agents all the time that say, I called this lender or I called this title rep and they called me back, but I haven't heard from them since. I'm like, did you call them? Did you reach out to say, I need something, or I'd like to talk to you, or I have a question? Build that relationship. As an agent, a lot of my friends were in the industry. They were in title, they were in lending, they were inspectors. In Phoenix, my whole social circle was people that I work with. So build relationships. Number 46, moving companies. Why would you get to know someone that owns or works at a moving company? Okay, somebody, that's a pretty easy answer.
Because they know people who are probably wanting to list or buy.
Exactly. Because what do you do when you're going to move? You call the moving company to say, how much is it going to cost me? And you start doing your comparisons. You get different prices. So find somebody that has a moving company, and you'll be surprised at how many local moving companies you have if you reach out online and find out where they are. Number 47. Now, this is kind of touchy, and you have to be the right person to do this, but divorce attorneys. Think about divorce attorneys. They are working with people that are going to be going into separate directions. They're selling this home and they're each buying more homes. That's a 3 deal, people. So build relationship with divorce attorneys. I know people that have put together brochures for divorce attorneys and sent them to divorce attorneys' offices with a letter that says, I'm trained in working with people that are going through difficult times, and this is what I offer for anybody that comes into your office that needs to sell as part of their divorce. So think about, who do you know that's a divorce attorney? Who do you know in your social circle that's a divorce attorney? Are you going to the country clubs where divorce attorneys hang out? So think about that. Now, you are also going to have to be very patient and very tolerant for people that are going through that, because it's a very emotional time for those people. So divorce attorneys. Then we also have the divorce or bankruptcy judges. People going through bankruptcy often have to sell their properties. And a lot of judges and a lot of divorce attorneys and bankruptcy attorneys keep your names and your cards on file, because somebody asks, they want to be in charge. They want to help them find somebody that is actually good at what they do. This is another one that's really touchy. Marriage counselors. You never know. Then we have relocation companies. You know, we have a relocation department within EXP. If you have not been certified for the relocation department, now's the time to look at getting them with that, because that's referrals coming in all of the time from your company. So go and look into the relocation certification. However, there are also other relocation departments. And one of the things that I did as a new agent was I went to a industrial park and went door to door at the industrial park, because there were different businesses there, with my cards, and just said, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I know that you probably hire and fire people all the time, and they are probably going to be buying or selling. So would you like to keep my cards? And I would tell you the majority of them did keep my cards, and I did get business from that, because when they were hiring somebody to come in from Chicago, that person didn't have an agent, so they had a card to give them. Comments? Come on, my allergies are acting up, so you guys, so I need help in here, so talk. Anybody that has something to add?
You know,
Okay.
I have worked with relocation agents before when we were transferred from Mexico to Michigan, Indiana. And it is great to know that you can trust in someone that really knows, their business. So I have been thinking about, taking that course just because I have lived it so many times. But I think that's a great area.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Number 51 is new home builder reps. How many of you have gone and checked out the new builds in your area? Show of hands. That's sad, you guys. Go and check out the new home communities in your area. Those home builders are working with people that have to sell a house before they can buy the new house. So that new home rep cannot represent them in listing their home. They only can sell the homes that they're working with. So why would you not build a relationship? I know an agent that in Sarasota that built his whole career on new home reps. And what he goes in and says, when your community gets down to only 2 or 3 or 6 homes, if you would like, I will take over and set here, and you can move your reps over to a new community where there's more activity, and I'll be happy to sit here and represent you at this place and get the listings. That is coming from contribution, right? So
Question about that, DJ, because that I want to make sure I understand that part, because I have gone to new construction builders out here before. Of course, is when I first started, I was like, oh, this one's really popular and they have awesome floor plans and this, that, and the other. And I get there, and then I learned that they have their in-house lending, in-house agents. They're set. I said, oh, it's fine, content. But are you saying that those in-house agents, they're not allowed to list outside properties? They're only allowed to list those companies?
they're only allowed to sell their property because they're employees of, if it's D.R. Horton, they're hired, they are employed by D.R. Horton. And they are
That part
only
I
allowed.
had no idea about. So that's the part that I wanted to confirm that I understood correctly.
Right.
Thank you.
Yep. So they cannot list. One of my new agents that I just recruited a couple of months ago, her husband's a rep, and she already has closed 1 or 2 homes as referrals from him.
Nice.
So now,
Thank you.
now they're not going to do that right now. I mean, you're not
Yeah.
going to walk in and they're going to go, oh, this person walked in yesterday and they need a property. But you know what? Come in with cookies, come in with bagels, come in with donuts, come in with something, and enough to put a tray out that they can have something. Maybe after the pandemic, you want to put something that's, maybe you want to bring granola bars that are, I don't know, but bring something and just sit around and talk, build a relationship. If you don't learn anything else between anything that George and I say, it's build a relationship, build those relationships. People like to work with people they like. And people like people that are nice to them and spend time with them. Do you know that those new home builders will sit there for hours and nobody comes in and they don't have anybody to talk to? So go in, spend an hour with them, find out about their life, talk to them when they come in. Hey, how's Brittany doing at school? Is she doing any better? You know, and all of a sudden now you are top of mind when somebody says, well, we love this property, but we have to put our house on the market. We have to sell our house. We have to sell the house to buy. Oh, hey, I have a friend that's a realtor. That's the key word. I have a friend that's a realtor. That's what you want the lender to say, the inspector to say, the home builder to say, all of those people, you want them to think about you as a friend, that's a realtor. Comments? Okay, next one, builders. Look around. How many small builders are in your area? Small builders don't hire reps to set at their property. Maybe they'd like to talk to you about sitting there at their property on Saturdays and Sundays. Instead of doing an open house, maybe you sit at a new property with a new build and you help him sell his property and you get they're going to pay you commission for being there. So you get that side and you get the listing. Go talk to small builders. Now, the larger builders, they hire people. Smaller builders need all the help they can get. They put a lot of money into building that home and they need to sell it as quickly as they possibly can. Had foreclosures, not a lot of foreclosures now. Not that we won't see more as time goes on with this market, but if you want to know about HUD properties, hold on a second. I'll put a link in the chat. Okay.
After party, keep in mind the hoops that I am having to jump through on the buy side of this HUD.
Okay.
Remember all of the stuff I've said, and yes, HUD Home Store, please
Yes.
do your research and talk to people who have gone through HUD deals before you declare it a niche.
Yes,
It's very, very interesting.
it is. So that is in there. I'm also putting in another one for you out of the book. mco.com. I'm telling you, this book is great. Okay, I think that's right. All right, so VA foreclosures. Working with buyers is really something that you want to look at. All VA foreclosures are now marketed through a third-party vendor, and it's called Vendor Resource Management and Homes, and it can be found at listings.vrmco.com. Particularly if you have a veteran that's looking for property, look into this, because often these homes are assumable. Now, you don't get paid if they get an assumable house. However, you've made a friend for life. So, but if you want to be able to take your clients to buy one of these houses, get this, put this in your bank to know your head where to go. Bank short sales. Now I'm going to tell you that's a toughie. And as a new agent, I probably wouldn't go there. But if at any time you want to check out bank short sales, then talk to George, talk to some people that have had really good luck with short sales. Comments, concerns, anything else you want to say? Okay. Number 56, other real estate agents. How many of you have thought about building a referral network? How many of you have thought about going, there you go, Virginia, right? It works. Go, Ken, exactly. Well, you know, when we talk about going to conventions, the EXP convention, all of the different events that go along with our industry, why do you go? You go to learn, right? But if you don't go to meet other people and start building your referral network, you're missing out. I can't tell you how many times I've had agents that go to a convention and we give them a number. Get 100 business cards before you leave this 3-day workshop and to put into your referral network. Go home, send them your information, start building a relationship with that person, particularly if you know where business comes from in your area. And we all do. We know that we get a lot of influx in this city from that city. We know that people come here from that state. So know where people are coming from and then reach out. We have a huge EXP network. Go into that area and reach out to some of the agents that you like their bio and say, by the way, hey, my name's DJ Throgmorton. I'm in Lakeland, Florida. If you have anybody that's coming down into the Tampa Bay area, I'd love to talk to them. And I offer normal, and just so you know, the normal referral fee is 25%. Interestingly enough, if you offer 27%, you go to the top of the pile of the people they know. So on your paperwork, you put, and I offer 27% or 29% or even 30%. What do you care? As long as you got business that's being handed to you. So if you have to pay a referral fee, why not? So build a referral network. It's huge. I don't sell anymore and I still get commission checks from referrals. So, you know, and I would definitely know that the people that I know in this group that I would be sending referrals to if I have somebody that wants to go. They better believe if anybody I know wants to go to Jacksonville, that Tim's getting the referral. And because I know Tim, had I not known Tim, I wouldn't know who to send it to. I'd have to go look. So I have a relationship with him. So I know right away, oh yeah, I have a friend that's an agent that's in Jacksonville. So get to know people. And the same thing is true with commercial agents. If you know commercial agents, most of them won't touch a residential property with a 10-foot pole. They would rather eat nails than to talk to somebody about buying a house. So build a relationship. Those people that are selling a property, let's talk about somebody that's bringing their business down here. So they're in Detroit and they're bringing their business down here. They're bringing it to Miami. They're bringing it to Orlando, wherever they're bringing it to. What else is coming with them? Somebody, what else is
Their
coming with
families.
their employees, right? Their family.
Yep, and their families.
And their families. And what does that mean? Antoinette,
They need a roof over their heads.
exactly. They need a roof over their head. And wouldn't it be nice if you had a referral from that commercial agent? That commercial agent had your card, well, a stack of your cards actually, and your information, and was able to tell the owner of that company, by the way, when you move down here, I have a contact for you and your people are not going to have any problems because they're going to be able to work with this amazing agent to find the house that they need. Why not? Okay, comments? Is anybody learning anything?
I'm sorry, I am diving very deep into the rabbit hole for this one website that you put on, the listings.vrmco.com. I am loving this. Loving this. This
I'm
is
also-
huge.
I'm also learning from you, DA, even though I don't have a lot of things to say, but I am learning a lot. So thank you.
Okay, I hope so. All right.
And I'm taking notes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying something. Okay,
DJ,
yes.
your words are not falling on deaf ears. That nugget that you just dropped, for one, about the HUD homes and that listings, and then the whole making relationships with commercial agents, brilliant. Never thought about it, but now I'm on it.
Yay. Okay, now talk about how many of you would like to work with investors? Just show me your hands. Or raise your, yeah, okay. Why don't you do an investment seminar? If you don't know how to do it, learn, but find somebody else that does. Go to a lender that works with investors. Go find another agent that works with investors, somebody that has a little more experience than you do, and say, hey, DJ, would you like to do an investment seminar for me? I really want to work with investors, but I really just am not comfortable doing it on my own. Could we do that and split the leads? All day long, I would say that. I would say yes, all day long. So reach out to somebody that knows what they're doing, knows how to do an investment seminar, knows how to work with investors, and start thinking about doing that. You can do investment seminars at your library. You can do them. You can do them at the title company. The title company would be more than willing to help you put together something and use their conference room to do that. You're not going to get a ton of people. And if you're expecting when you do a seminar to have 50 people show up, come on, don't. If you have 3 people show up, great. You have an opportunity to get at least 1 client from that. So if you think about that, you get usually 1 in 5 of anybody that shows up for anything is going to be that. But if you have 3, you're probably going to get 1 of those as well. I will do a workshop for 1 person if they want. I mean, my people know that. They bring in somebody that wants to be a realtor. I'll talk to them one-on-one. It's not a big deal. But it's time that you step out of your comfort zone and learn how to teach. By teaching and people learning what happens there, you are establishing yourself as the expert. Sometimes as new agents, I hear you say, I'll work with anybody and I'll do anything because I'm a new agent. Stop. You know, if you've been here at least 3 weeks, you know more than 80% of the people out there that they know about real estate. Think about how you feel as you learned all of what you've learned in the past. And before you started, did you know all of what you know? Nope, you didn't. So you need to start to train, doing seminars, doing workshops on Zoom, at the library, at an event, rent a room at a hotel. I don't care what you do, but get out and do investments or go to companies. Why wouldn't you go to a school and talk to a principal and say, by the way, there's a program out there called Hometown Heroes, and teachers can qualify for these homes that, that lenders have talked to us about. So get that lender that does the Hometown Heroes and is comfortable and knows about it. Go in and can I come in during one of your teacher days and talk to your teachers, because why would they not want to take advantage of this part of this program and get into the home of their dreams and get help from the government? So there's all kinds of stuff to do, guys. Questions, concerns? Virginia wants to know if there's anyone in our group that does investment seminars. Anybody here do it? So what I'm telling you is go to tomorrow's morning's meeting, because now you're going to find people that have been in the business longer that probably have put that same thing in the chat box. Just a second. Okay. Apartment reps, number 59. This is different in every area. Some apartment reps are not at all interested in talking to you. Some apartment buildings have really nice leasing departments, and are always looking for agents that they can refer out to. Because if somebody comes in, and I know some of you have done this, I know I've done this as I moved to a new area and said, we're going to rent for a year to see where we want to live. And so you rent an apartment, you rent a house, but you rent it through a leasing company. Now you have that opportunity when they get ready to sell to be a referral. So apartment reps. That's the same thing as a leasing agent. So a leasing agent would be somebody that works for the apartment building or the leasing company.
Can I add to that, DJ?
Yep.
Another idea that you could do if you see new apartments or apartments that are already established that don't have leasing agents is to go in and try to be their leasing agent. Then you can generate an extra 80 to 100,000 in income a year.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Think, I hate that phrase outside the box, but think beyond what you know. What I say to me, DJ, you only know what you know. So listen to other people and find out what they know, because that might be better than what you know. So look outside, listen to people like Chris that know what they're talking about. Number 61, our international real estate agents. I don't know if any of you do that, but I think I said this before to this group, but an agent in Sarasota that was in my office, she used to go up to the international part of the Tampa airport and sit there at the bar and have coffee or a glass of wine or whatever. And she met all kinds of people coming in from out of country and picked up business there. So if you want to hang out at the airport, go to the international part. Number 62, CPAs. Now, tell me why you would want to have a relationship with the CPA. Somebody tell me, just guessing, why would you want to know that?
They know your financial situation and your plans.
Exactly. They know their plans. Yes, ma'am. Tiffany?
I have a friend who's a financial planner. Well, it's really Sean's friend, who is a financial planner, but he called and asked me if I was licensed in North Carolina. I'm not, but one of his clients is needed to buy a investment property in North Carolina. Unfortunately, I wasn't. He said, don't worry about it, because trust me, they're going to be buying a couple properties this year, some on this side, and I've got you when they're ready. I said, oh, well, thanks. So yes, befriend the financial planners, the financial advisors, the tax planners, the accountants, the tax preparers. They know.
And do you know that there are organizations for CPAs and attorneys and insurance agents that you can go to, that even if you are not in that industry? So let's say that there's an insurance, the Florida Insurance Association. They're having a conference in Orlando. And you can go and you can meet hundreds of insurance agents. It's going to cost you a few $100s, some time. What's a better place to meet people that, first of all, have the money to buy from you and know people that have the money to buy from you? So look for professional organizations that you can attend, maybe not join, but you can attend as an outsider.
For those that are like in the Orlando area, every time I've ever been into the Rosen, every single time, there's a good 4 or 5 different conferences going on at the same time we are there. Always get to know those other groups. If you want to know what to say, just ask them, hey, I see a lot of people going around with that badge. What conference are you guys here for? Boom, start the conversation. It's really just that easy. So if you live in a big area like Orlando, where they constantly have hundreds of people coming in every week for a conference, just take a look at who's coming in, what organizations, like DJ said.
And you're not going to go up and say, hey, my name's DJ Throckmorton and I'm a real estate agent. Do you know anybody who wants to buy or sell? Please don't do that. Please just go up and say, hey, where are you from? What's your conference? Just like Tiffany just said. Wow, that sounds interesting. Do you have a card? And that's all you got to do. And they're going to say, oh, yeah, sure. What do you do? And then you say, what do you say? You say, the best line I ever heard was then on the Friday call, and is, I run a real estate business. That's all you have to say. I run a real estate business. Don't you all run a real estate business? We spend hours thinking about what we're going to say to somebody when they say, what do you do? That's all you have to say. Oh, you run a real estate business? Wow. So there you go. Now, tip of the day, I run a real estate business. All right. My next 66 and 67 were just what Tiff was talking about. Financial planners and stockbrokers. Know where the money is and go where the money is. Know where the money is, go where those people are. You have a choice. It is your business. You can hang out with people that buy low end. You can hang out with people that buy mid line. You can hang out with people that spend millions of dollars. Choose it and choose wisely, as Yoda would say. So 68, professional buildings, shared office spaces. I don't know about you, but here in Lakeland, there's like 3 different buildings in our downtown area that have shared office spaces. And they also have a conference room and a training room and a green room and all of those different things that you can use professionally. I use that. I go down and use it. And I actually am thinking about getting an office in there. There's all kinds of people from different industries that are in those areas. Rent the conference room or rent a desk in there for the day. Go sit there, take your computer, work there. People are going to stop by and say hi because it's a really close-knit group once they get to know each other and they're all working in their offices and they have a kitchen and they have a place to eat and some of them even have restaurants and like fast food places within those buildings. So I think that's a great idea. Just get out there and meet people. I always tell people, get out of your house. So get out of your house. 69 is hotels. What hotels do people stay at in your town? The concierge, the front desk, they should all know that you're the one that they should listen for to call if they hear we're thinking about moving here. I was in Target when I first moved here a couple of years ago, before I was with EXP. And I was standing behind this guy that he was talking to his wife, and he said, I really love it here. I think we should think about moving. And I said, really? And so I struck up a conversation with him. Now, like I said, I don't sell, but I was able to get a referral fee. So people are, if you have hotels in your area that people come into often from out of town, my gosh, if you're in Orlando, you should be out of hotels every day, making contacts and taking your cards. People are there all the time. Not so much in Lakeland, but whatever. 70, rental car companies, same thing. People are coming in to rent cars. They have a stack of your cards. Why would they not hand them out if people are looking or asking, if you get them to ask the right questions? And same thing would hold true for if you know anybody that drives an Uber or a Lyft, make sure they have your cards. So that ends chapter 2, ladies and gentlemen. Chapter 3 is going to be on social media, and that will be next week. And we're also going to talk about chapter 4, which is paid professional events. So we've gotten through 2/3 of the book. Did you learn anything? You learned stuff, right? Buy the book. Buy the book. It'll keep you in. This is Gene Frederick's book, by the way. He's with EXP. And he didn't pay me for this. He probably doesn't make much if you do buy it, because it's only $9.99. But it's a nice way to keep in touch with the things that we've talked about, to go back and look at it. So now we have 15 minutes and we're going to have open mic time. What does anybody have to say? Give me some ideas that you've come up with as I've talked. Ted.
I have a question, DJ.
Yes, ma'am.
Like I have visited, like you said, like the rentals facilities, and some of them, they do offer you also like a month, fee if you bring a renter. So how many of those do you recommend us like to go and just stay with them, like work with one, work with 2 of them, or?
How much business do you want?
Yeah, but I think that I'm like visiting like them like everywhere, and I don't really get to make like a relationship, like be there like often enough, because I'm visiting like 10. So is it better just to stick with 1 or 2?
I'm not a big believer in sticking with one or two of anything, because life changes. So I would say if you're gone to 10, I would sit down and say, okay, which of these am I going to get the most business from, and which can I help the best? So which are most convenient for me? Which would I stop by? Because those are things you're going to have to stop by and build a relationship with. They're not going to remember you after you stop by one time. You're going to have to continue to go by, whether it's a builder rep, whether it's a rental company, doesn't matter. You've got to build that relationship. Remember this, they've got to remember, they've got to be able to say, I have a friend that's a realtor and here's her card. Right? So if you can build friendships with 10, do that. If you can only build friendships with 2, do that. Remember, at the end of the day, building your business takes one of 2 things. It actually takes both, but the majority, one of 2 things, time or money. If you have the time, you're going to use the time to build your business and build relationships. If you have the money, then you can buy leads. So you have time or money, and you only have a limited amount of time. So choose the ones that you think is going to bring you the best results. Ted, you had something to say?
Yeah, I was going to backpedal a little on what was last week, which I took away the garage sales.
Uh-huh.
I did start that. I did that this weekend. I didn't capture anything, but it was interesting. I was just wondering, is there anything more I can do than just show up and get into a conversation?
So tell me how it went last week, and I'll tell you.
Well, basically, I showed up and say, "Hey, how you guys doing? I mean, what's going on? Are you planning on selling? Are you moving? Are you?" And a couple of them say, "No, we're just cleaning out." I did 3 of them, and basically they was just cleaning out. And I did leave them my car. I browsed and took a look at a few of their items, and then just left to go to the next one. So. I'm guessing I didn't hit the right ones, or I just didn't strike the right ones. I guess consistency is going to be the key.
Okay, can we role play?
Sure.
Okay, I'll be the agent and you be the person that was at your garage sales, right?
Okay.
Hey, wow, you got a lot of stuff here. Are you leaving? Are you moving out of town?
No, just basically just cleaning out.
Isn't it amazing how much stuff you accumulate over just a little bit of time?
Oh yeah, you couldn't imagine. I didn't think I had all this stuff.
Did any of your neighbors come by?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We've had quite a few people come by.
Wow. Is your neighborhood pretty close? Do you know a lot of people here?
Not really, just the people around me.
I haven't been in this neighborhood before. It's really nice. I like it. By the way, my name's DJ and I'm a real estate agent. I run a real estate business here in town. And I was wondering, are any of your neighbors thinking about buying or selling, selling, whatever?
I'm not really sure.
Do you think that I would love to sell in here? I would, and I'd love to bring buyers in here. What do you think if I were to stop by and drop off some information to your neighbors? Do you think they would open the door to me?
Probably, yeah. Everybody's always interested in some information.
Are you interested?
That's good. I like that. Yeah. Actually, I am. Okay, right.
You know what? I do a monthly market report, and I haven't done it for this neighborhood, but I would love to do it. If you want to give me your email address, I will send it to you. And if you don't mind sending it to some of your neighbors, that would be great too.
Okay, I can do that. Sure.
Super. All right. Thank you. By the way, here's a couple of my cards just in case somebody does tell you tomorrow that they want to sell their house.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Good luck with this garage sale.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, so you got something, at least an email or something. So yeah, that was good. All I got was to leave my card. So yeah, I get it.
So the whole thing is all about what? Building a relationship. It was all about you, wasn't about me. It was about where you lived, I complimented your neighborhood. I hoped that you did well. It was all about an upbeat talking about them and making them feel like they were special. So it was, that's all you have to do. You just have to be you. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just be you. And don't be pushy and don't be mechanical. Just be you. Just like if you had gone there and you weren't a realtor and you would have talked to them.
Right.
You just have to turn it around to real estate at some point in time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody else. Angela, you usually have something to say.
You mentioned about the hotels, and I really like that because there are a few hotels around here, and I thought, maybe I should definitely do that. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah, dress up, look nice, have your
Yeah.
cards.
I know, that's what I thought. Let me change my clothes.
Thank you, Sasha.
So with the hotels, what's the conversation?
The conversation would be if you were going up to, you would want to go up. We'd want to wait till there was nobody at the desk, right, at the front desk. And you'd go up and you would say, introduce yourself and say, I live in this neighborhood, I live in this area, and I know we have a lot of people coming in. Do you ever have anyone that asks you for a real estate agent, if that they want to look for homes while they're here? And if they say yes, then there you go. There. If they say no, I wonder if that ever would happen. If it does, would you like to have a stack of my cards? I specialize in this area, and I'd be happy to help anybody that comes in. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just, I run a real estate. I run a real estate business in this area, and we know we get a lot of people that move here after they come in for the conventions, and I'd love to be able to help them. That's it. Pretty simple. Sasha, you had something to say.
Yeah, so I had gotten the book about a year ago, and there's a lot of interesting information. And when you get those moments, because I think we all get them, where if something is not working, you get like brain block. It's a really good tool for you to go back and look through. Like there's some where I'm like, I'm a mom of 3, so you would think it would come naturally to go and tell the teachers, hey, there's this hometown hero thing that, I can help you out with, and come up with a plan. And you can really, really get involved with your PTA, all the associations within the school, especially if you donate your time to them. You become the face, and then they automatically think of you when it comes to selling houses or, whatever activity you do with them.
Yep.
And also, I learned yesterday, now don't quote me on this, I still need to do some research, but I did learn that low income housing, they are required by law to give educational resources to their tenants, to at least have that available to them. So you can get with them to see if you can do home seminars and teach people what they need to do to buy houses. And, might not be right now clients, but you're sending them on the right path. And if you become the face for them, they are going to call you with questions. They're going to get with you for your lenders and all of that stuff. So that's another tool that you can have under your belt if you want to go into the home buying seminar and teaching and being that face as well.
Yep, absolutely. Then those are, those can be either diamonds or rocks, those home buying seminars. So if you're going to do them, make a commitment to do them, and don't quit after one doesn't work as well as you want them to work.
It won't be a one-time thing. You have to be, consistent with it. But like everything else that you're going to do, it's not going to be a one-time thing. It has to be something that you plan, and you are well aware that you're not going to get everybody, but the few that you get, you can make longtime, friends or clients out of them, because they might not buy, but they might know family members who buy, and they're like, oh, I got a great realtor who's like on top of stuff. So
Yep.
that's something.
And if you're going to do those, add a credit repair company to your group of people that are in there, because that's sometimes really beneficial to the people that are looking to get their first home. So
Yeah.
yeah, good job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you said something that reminded me to say something, and now I forgot what it was. Jeez. Carrie, you have anything else to tell us? Carrie, come on, get off. Anybody else? Chris, you have anything to add?
I had put in the chat earlier when we were talking about should you go after 1 or 2 apartments or rentals. What I've been doing is, and I've just started this, but I've got one 80-unit complex that I'm renting out, and I've got an agent underneath me, not underneath me, but she's a partner, and we're using these units to build our team and to attract other agents, because we have 80 units to naturally just rent out. So that's a lot of food for newer agents.
Right.
And so while I've put her in charge of that right now, I'm on the hunt for more multifamilies so that we have another 80 to 100,000 in income coming in. So it's just
Nice.
another stream.
Yep. So Chris does a lot of commercial, right?
Correct.
So again, just what I said earlier, align yourself with a good commercial agent that understands the value of having a good residential agent with them. Because again, that's really huge. I did in Sarasota, where was a condo complex that was owned by a Canadian company that developed it there, and they didn't know anybody in town. So at my office, we were able to staff it and have the agents sit there and be the sales reps and be able to list their properties. So yes, get with a commercial.
Another thing you can do, if you can't be the agent who is selling the houses for new construction, you could be the agent that finds the land for the developer for that new construction community. So there's a whole, if you join the builders associations, which I know you're going to go into at another point in time, but there's so many ways, if you could think creatively, how you can still get that bread.
That's right. Yep. Again, expanding what you know, but also thinking about who do you know? Who do you know that you can reach out to? Everybody that you know will help you, but you have to ask, and you have to provide them with information so that they know what you're asking for. So if I come up to you and I say, do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell? You're probably going to look at me like, no, not really. Occasionally you're going to go, oh, my son is just getting out of college and he and his wife are looking for something. That's okay, great. But most of the time they're going to look at you like, I don't know. So give them something. By the way, this is what I do, and this is what I've been doing. Tell stories. I just found this great house for this person. I have a client that, just moved down here from Chicago that's looking for something, and we've had so much fun. By the way, if you know anybody that is looking, I would love to be able to help them. But start with a story or something that says that you know what the heck you're talking about. Because, a 10-year-old could walk up to you and say, I sell real estate. You got to give them some credentials. You got to have the creds. So, and make it up. If you don't have them, steal from somebody. I don't know. Somebody, you hear our stories all the time. You hear my stories, you hear George's stories, you hear Tom's stories, you hear Curtis's and Fred's, and you've heard everybody's story. If you don't want to claim them, say, one of my partners, this is just what he's been working on, and oh my gosh, it's so incredible. And by the way, I'd love to help anybody that wants to buy or sell. So build your creds and use us. We've been around a long, long time. And if you need stories, call one of us. We can spend the whole day telling you stories. Okay, we're done. We're up, right? Tiffany, we're running out of time.